Hello guys, what is going on? Another random map, that is what is going on, and due to your top comment, voted top comment on the last video, it is a 3v3, that is what is going down, and we have 3-on-3 on Arabia right here. I'm currently spectating Mahori in red. He is playing as Vikings. His teammate, Weeds for Men, in blue, playing as Chinese, and his other teammate, Rook Honor, in purple, playing as Japanese. These three are down to the south of the map on this southern little band here, and their opponents on the other side of the map in teal, we have CKF Duck playing as Franks. Up to his right, at the very top of the map in grey, we do have Tonight. We're going to have a good night. And he is playing as Celts, and over to his right we have Zulfikar playing as Byzantines. This could be a good game. In fact 6 different civilizations on a Arabia map. We should see something very interesting, I do hope, because I've not watched this game already, and Mahori is already complaining about the lag, saying how Duck being from China is causing the lag, but hey ho, what can you do? It's part of the game nowadays, and until the Forgotten Empires comes out, I don't even think there's going to be much improvement in lag at any rate. At any time. So anyway, I wanted to ask you guys, I saw this yesterday and I thought, you know, I'll pop this into a video because I want to see what your sort of thoughts are on this, and I certainly haven't been able to decide clearly. But what would you rather eat, Nutella or bacon? And that is something that I just cannot come to a conclusion on. I love chocolate, therefore I love Nutella. I love bacon, therefore I love bacon, and I could eat all of them all day long if I actually had the opportunity to, but unfortunately I don't have the opportunity to, and if I had to choose between one or the other, I would have to choose death, because, in fact no, I wouldn't choose death. I don't know, maybe, just maybe, I would choose bacon over Nutella, because you can get your other chocolatey treats in other forms. But what do you guys think? Leave your suggestions and comments in the comments section below the video, and tell me exactly what you would rather eat, because I just can't seem to get my head around this one. It's insane. But yeah, let's get back to this game, and all the guys here just luring their boars, starting to build their first farms through their hurt villagers, and in fact they're all doing that now, and in fact I think there's going to be standard for every single person here. And I would be surprised if there's much deviation during the Dark Age, although purple here, Rook Honor, going for a little bit of a drush. He is actually playing as Japanese, I believe. Yeah, he's Japanese, and he's going to go for a drush. So this could be interesting. He's got quite a bit of gold already, actually. He's obviously been gathering a little bit here. He's took 10 from this gold pile, and he hasn't got loom yet, so he will be making 3 militia, and he will be getting a loom just before he upgrades to the Feudal Age. He is going to try and pressure Mr. Duck over here. Duck, being one of the top Chinese players, may prove to be very good at combating this little drush, but we'll have to see how well Rook Honor actually does. Will he honour his rookishness and do a very bad drush, or will he go in complete opposite direction to his name and own Duck? Well, time will tell, and I will check back on that very shortly. Very shortly. Weeds for Men over on this side. I noticed he had quite a few idle villagers earlier on, and that is not always a good thing, but then again he was luring his boar. I mean, we can give him the benefit of the doubt there. He's already lured his second boar in, and he is getting ready to go up to the Feudal Age right now. What's going on the other side? Well, I don't see a drush from anyone. Likely that Grey Tonight and Mahori will be going for a fast castle of sorts, as they are pocket, and it would take way too long for anything to actually get over there, and that was really nice. Rook Honor actually taking out the scout from Duck. Unaware, oh no, he is aware that there's a barracks. I was going to say, if he didn't realise that barracks was there, that could be terrible for him, as he wouldn't have been able to scout that barracks there. Looks like Rook Honor has also lost his scout somewhere, probably to Duck's TC, which does mean that he has only got 3 militia to move in with. Duck, on the other hand, already up to the Feudal Age, and he will probably reach that. Yeah, he will reach that before Rook Honor here, but Rook Honor coming in with his little drush. He's going to try and push a little advantage here. Duck with a nice little wall, preventing things from getting too close to his town centre, and that is kind of handy. You may just be able to pick this villager, but it's going to run back to the TC, and it probably will escape. These guys are in range of the TC there. Rook Honor going to lose a lot of health on these guys, and that is not good. Almost losing one militia straight away. Very bad start for him, and his rush, he needs to make this worthwhile. He really needs to delay these villagers, stop them from doing work, but they're already getting hurt because look at this, really low HP on that one there. He's going to just hit and run, I believe, until he can just really slow Duck down. Rook Honor not even feudal yet. Duck could come in with a very quick flush and push, or even, as the name says, flush Rook Honor out of the game. But that is something we're going to have to wait and see for. The other guy is going to be going Feudal very quickly, and there we go. Duck already feudal now. I think he was the first to actually go up there. Yes, he is. And then Zulfagar to follow, and then I imagine blue and red will follow very shortly as well. If we have a look tonight, with 29 population, they're going to go for a fast castle. Mahori 27 going to go for a fast castle. I think he's Chinese Vikings, so he's going to have a nice little eco there, eco boost of course. Tonight going as Celts, so he's going to have increased wood cutting time, or wood cutting collection speed, which does mean that these guys fairly good for kind of booming. I wouldn't say they were the best civs that we have here. We've got Chinese on the right, they're pretty good for booming, and I just noticed Rook Honor still with his militia in there, really providing a little bit of a problem for Duck. Full HP on that guy as well, and he's just being a little bit of a nuisance, slowing Duck's economy down, really slowing him down while he's inside the TC, preventing his villagers from gathering wood, etc, etc. Duck is feudal now that he's making some scouts. We're going to see a scout rush from him, and we will see from Rook Honor a feudal age. He won't be able to fast castle. He's going to have to get a few spearmen out. He may decide to do that already, but saying that, he's got a pretty good map here. He is fairly well walled in a sense, as in Duck does have to get very close to his town centre to hit any of his villages. These gold villages kind of exposed, but Duck does have a long way to go around if he wants to hit them, and Rook Honor, I think, will probably be able to defend from the scout rush that is coming his way. And for the time being, I'm going to speed things up until we get to a little bit of action. There we have a couple of scouts coming out for Duck, as I say, and everyone into the feudal age right now. What is going on over here? This militia having a little bit of a fight with this villager here. The villager is of course going to win, but the villager does, oh well, is he going to win? No, he's not going to win, is he? Yes, he is going to win. Of course he's going to win. He's got to win. No, he didn't win. That was too close. Too damn close, but that was very nice. Rook Honor taking that villager out there, preventing him from walling as Duck comes in with his scout rush. On the right hand side we do have another scout rush, it seems. Oh no, we're having a flush from Weeds for Men, and Zulfagar already putting up a watchtower on this gold here. It's a very bad position for him. It's very far out, and it is towards Weeds for Men in this situation. Duck coming in now with his scout cavalry, and it looks like Rook Honor is going to be able to garrison inside of his TC, hit them for a little bit of HP if he can. Not really taking much off there, but these villagers are at a great risk now. Could lose a villager here. That's going to even things out between Duck and Rook Honor, as Rook Honor does bring over his spearmen, and he does get very close to the town centre, losing one scout there. If he can save his villager, he did save it. That was a really good move by him, taking out all three of those scouts, not losing one villager. Very well played, Rook Honor there, very well played, or we could say very badly played from Duck for not microing away quickly enough. Very well done for those guys. Rook Honor taking the lead between Duck and himself right now, I believe, and though Duck will have a few more scouts on the way over, I believe that Rook Honor will be slightly in the lead in this situation. Very well played by him, and hopefully we'll see some more like that on this side of the map. Over on the right we have a stone gate from Weeds for Men. He's getting a little bit defensive, wants to be very careful against the Zulfagar here, playing as Byzantines of course. Very cheap trash, which does mean that massing up these skirmishes could be a real possibility. Weeds for Men opting to go for archers does mean he's going to get torn through, and Zulfagar can make a lot of skirmishes much cheaper, so could work out in his favour in this situation. Weeds for Men going to have to be very careful. Perhaps he should go for some scouts. That would help him out much more in this situation, as it is likely that Zulfagar will be making a lot more skirmishes than archers. saving the gold, of course, to go up to the castle age. Though saying that, he has got a lot of gold collectors there, so he'll probably be throwing in some archers as well. He'd be mad not to. Let's see, Mahori and Tonight up to the castle age they go, and both of them very neck and neck right now. I think Mahori's going to reach it just a little bit sooner. They're going to start to spam out the knights. We've got Vikings, of course, and Celts. Celts with the better knights overall. Well, they can upgrade to Paladin. Vikings with a little bit of a stunted or stubbed out cavalry line, but they will be getting knights anyway, because at Castle Age you'd be mad not to. They'll be helping their pocket and their flank players and trying to harass the flanks of their opponents. Always important in a team game like this that you make sure you are walled by the time your opponents get to the Castle Age, otherwise you will have knights in your base. Duck going for a double wall right there, and Zulfagar looks like he's pretty walled up as well, although there is a little gap around the back which he is starting to close right now. The first knights coming out from Mahori. This could be where the game changes around, and those who get the first knight rush in is very important. If you can get a lot more kills with the knights than your opponents can, then you will be in a good situation. Mahori going to be X'd over here. Weeds for Men telling him to head over to this location, pick off the villagers, and of course knights will absolutely shred through archers and skirmishes at this stage, especially when there are so few of them. Rook Honor moving out towards Duck right now. He's going to look for a hole in his wall. He's not going to find one. He's not going to find a hole at all. I was just about to go into there's a hole in my bucket, dear Eliza, but I thought I wouldn't do that because that would just be terrible. And it may be just the fact that Tonight either goes for Rook Honor over here, easy kills on his army, or he could go for Mahori here. It's very hard to tell at this stage. Mahori's starting to spam the knights out really well. 246 over here, and he is going to help himself, his teammate out on the left hand side. Very hard to see where Tonight actually is on this map, but Weed for Men is already stone walled, which is going to help him out incredibly, though he has got a little bit of a gap right here. And over on this side, Xing his units so that Mahori can go and help him out. Trying to find where Tonight's army is over here. I can't really see any grey moving around on the map. There's two knights coming in there. There's another two coming in over this side. Let's see what he can find. Yes, he is going to go straight for the gap on Weeds for Men's base here. Weeds for Men going to find himself, well, I was stone walled, I say. But you're not stone walled. You're going to lose a lot of villagers if there's knights come in here, and that is exactly what's going to happen. Doesn't look like they're going to close this gap quickly enough. And he's actually surprisingly, he's not going for Weeds for Men, even though he knows he's there. He's going to try and hit and run on Mahori here. Mahori only on 1 TC right now, second one going right up. Tonight going for his second already, he's already got that up in fact, and now they're going to try and break through and bust this wall. Go and kill Duck as quickly as you can. That is the game plan right now. Spamming a lot of knights over to that side. They decided to leave Zulfagar be, and Zulfagar's had time to actually wall himself up. In comes the knights from Mahori. What are the upgrades looking like? They've both got +1 defense on their knights. Mahori, of course, not wanting to go too heavy into knight upgrades, as knights, well, heavy cavalry really isn't the strong point for Vikings. So he's going to try and bust through this wall right here and do exactly what he can. He might just go to slip through that gap, though it's unlikely. More knights coming across, and in comes Tonight, as I say there, picking off lots of villagers from Weeds for Men. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, and running away at a very nice time indeed. Weeds for Men really caught out of guards there. 7 vills lost, he says. Not good at all, and that's 4 knights that Mahori's going to have to deal with now, and he's just run straight past them. Not good at all, and this is where it is open. They need to block this off. A little bit of a miscommunication there. Weeds for Men saying he was stone walled, and then Mahori saying, well, look, that's why I didn't come and protect you. You said you were stone walled, but obviously you weren't. But Mahori about to bust through to Duck. If he can kill off a lot of Duck's villagers, then it is going to make this even. Duck is still feudal. He's going to be going castle very shortly, I imagine. In fact, no, he is castle right now. He literally just clicked up as just advanced as I clicked on him. Rook Honor also castle as well with his crossbowmen. They're going to defend the rear against these knights. In comes Mahori, see what he can pick off, see what he can find. Looks like Duck going to throw up another town centre on this wood down here. He's going to try and get in there. If he takes out this watchtower, he could be in a really good situation. These crossbowmen with fletching now going to be able to pick off villagers very easily. The villager's going to get trapped in there. That will not be good for him at all. And these guys coming in very strong now on the left hand side. It looks like Tonight's going to have a hard time dealing with this, though tonight, now with 3 town centres, I believe Mahori will have about 3 as well. Yes, he has just got his 3rd one up, so these guys pretty neck and neck, and I've got to say, at this stage in the game, it could go either way, though Duck is looking to be on his feet right now. It is 2v1 over in this location tonight, only with 4 knights. That is simply not enough. Duck with a couple of knights of his own, he is going to start bringing those out now, but these guys are already in. They're already looking for villagers to kill, and these villagers inside of this watchtower are going to provide some firepower onto these knights here, getting trapped between the TC and the watchtower. I don't care if you've got +1 defense, that is a lot of arrows coming at your face, and knights getting in now though. Oh, I thought he was going to push that area, take down the watchtower. That would work very well if he decide to do that. Looks like they're going to be retreating. Tonight coming in with too many knights now. Duck with quite a lot of knights as well, able to protect himself. These guys are going to be pushed away. Crossbowmen will not stand up to that many knights, unfortunately, unless he can wedge himself into a little corner. But Duck slightly caught off guard there. He did, well, he wasn't caught off guard, but he did lose a few villagers nevertheless, and that has set him back a little bit. Weeds for Men trying to complete this wall off here, but it's still a gap, and tonight could easily run in there again, get more villagers. Will Weeds for Men learn? Well, I don't know. But Mahori with more knights now, he's going to look to either go to Zulfagar or hit tonight at his base, but this is where the action is at this moment in time. Quite a lot of knights still. He hasn't got the +1 attack just yet, and that is something probably worthwhile getting, because Vikings are likely to get infantry as well. Rookon are going to get caught out here. He's going to try and fight these knights, wedging himself into a corner here. This spearman coming in, but getting cut to bits really quickly, and he's going to try and do what he can. It looks like he's going to be able to hold the knights off. Mahori coming in from behind. Duck going to lose all of these knights right here. Very bad for him indeed. Mahori going to clean that one up, and Rookon are going to defend. Tonight coming in from the rear, but they're going to be fighting downhill right now, and Tonight is going to lose a lot of knights there. In fact, he may lose his entire army. Hard to tell at this moment in time. Looks like Tonight is going to lose that one. Mahori taking the lead, and look at his score just rocket up as their team now becomes MVP on the list. Very well played by them indeed, and they have actually put themselves in a pretty good situation right there, with a big battle taking the win very easily indeed due to that hill advantage. And if you are playing the ZeroEmpires drinking game, that does mean it's time for a drink. Zulfagar coming in now with a lot of crossbowmen. Bodkin arrow researched, and it looks like Weeds for Men is going to get caught off guard here again. This area is still open, and Zulfagar could very quickly take down these 3 knights with that amount of crossbowmen there. See where he's actually going with this. Looks like he may bypass it altogether and head around to where is he going? Where is he going? He may regret that, as there's a lot of knights right there attacking this house. Mahori going to look for a route inside. He's pretty confident he's going to be able to hold him off. He's just going to repair that house, of course, but still over here in Duck space, killing off a lot of units, trying to pick off villagers with these crossbowmen. They now have Bodkin arrow, which does mean they have extra range as well. Going to help them out massively. Weeds for Men also now into the castle age. That makes everyone up to castle, and he is putting a town centre on this wood. He has learnt from his mistake. He will protect this area, and it is a very important area to protect. In comes Zulfagar on the left hand side. Pardon me. I think this town centre is not going to go up in time. Zulfagar could get a couple of kills very quickly there. He's still going to try and push through on Zulfagar's side, thinking that maybe Zulfagar will come back. He's going to lose a villager here, that is for sure. He may even lose 3 here, and that is unfortunate indeed. He's not going to be able to get this town centre up just yet, and he's losing all of the villagers on there. He needs to get it up very quickly so that he can actually protect this area. He's losing a lot of villagers on this side. Over on this side though, we do have Duck and Tonight putting up another little bit of a fight. Looks like Mahori had him on units on stand ground there. Going to try and attack on top of the hill. Mahori and Rookon are here doing a pretty good job of keeping these guys occupied, but their team has lost the score lead overall, which is kind of unfortunate, as Weeds for Men trailing in the scores here, finding it a little bit hard at the moment in this moment in time. I'm going to speed things up just a little bit till we get to some real action. I mean, you know, real action. I want to see some siege up in here. I want to see siege. But we're not going to see that just yet. We're going to see a lot more knights. Mahori now engaging, and he's got +1 attack, but he's going up against +2 armor. I'm not sure which knights would be more favorable in this situation, but Mahori going to retreat. He's in range of this town center, and that is going to cost him the battle, unfortunately. Mahori's still with the score lead overall, though. That's a lot of knights right there, and I think their best bet right now would be to strike Zulfagar from the back. If they break through here, little Zulfagar is going to be able to do to protect his wood at the back, but they're probably not going to think about that just yet. Weeds for Men and Mahori pushing out together with the knights across the map right now, and Duck heading out towards Rook Honor. Rook Honor upgrading to Pikeman. Pretty good choice, well, sort of good choice. I mean, he is playing as Japanese, so pretty good infantry for him, and of course he has quite a few crossbowmen as well. That's a lot of knights though. Don't know if he's going to be able to defend against this. The pikemen, of course, very slow to move in across the map, but Rook Honor with this town centre here protecting things as well. Looks like Duck is going to lose these knights, and once these pikemen get engaged, they are going to clean things up very quickly, very easily done, and that was a very clear victory for Rook Honor there, taking the score lead over Duck here as well. Looks like these guys are going to keep the pressure on tonight. They know he's going to be the the top score leader for their team at any rate, starting to really raid his economy, getting in there in multiple places, spamming across the map as you can see, setting the gather point just outside of his town. Going to kill off a lot of villagers here, going to clean out his knights as well, and Mahori's score lead just continually increasing. Looks like he's doing a very good job here, including Weeds for Men just helping him out. And if they can kill off all of his knights, then they're going to have free pick on all of his villagers. So Knight losing a lot of population in this situation. He's gone from 96 to 94 just then. He's going to continue to drop for a few moments. But if we have a look at Mahori's population right now, he's on 115, which does mean that he is slowly gaining an advantage over time. To Knight now dropping down to 83. He lost a good 15 population in that attack, and he's continuing to build villagers. But that is going to slow his Knight production down, and that is a pain in the ass, because now he's really low on food, and Weeds for Men raiding his wood over there, raiding his farms as well, and tonight's base has just been gutted. That was really bad for him, not getting his villagers inside of there. Free pick for Weeds for Men, and I think that may have just costed them the game. That is a really bad defense from tonight there. Getting 2v1, understandably, that is not easy to deal with, but look at his population drop, and I believe that that has cost them the game. Tonight has just gone from MVP to LVP, and that is definitely not good for their team, losing so many villagers and just being absolutely shredded on this side of the map. They're even attacking the town centre. Don't get too cocky, you won't be able to take that down with knights. In comes Duck to help clear things up. He's going to be able to push them back, I believe, at any rate, but so many knights coming in, and tonight absolutely getting cut down on that section of the map, or in his base even. So pretty bad play from him, and that may have just costed their team the game. Don't want to call it just yet, but it's certainly not looking too good with that many knights ring around his base, picking away at his villagers, dropping down to 59 population. Bear in mind the other pocket is on 130 right now, and look how many knights he does have, and look how many stables he has, constantly queuing these guys up. He is going to take this game, maybe coming forwards with a villager to perhaps make a couple of siege rams, or rams, or even on-agers, but they have definitely decided that their pocket is GG, and that could just be game for them. I think they're going to hold it on for a little bit longer. They're certainly not out of this game yet. If we have a look at the scores, they're not that far behind in score. Duck is now MVP for their team. He may just be able to bring this back on in for them, and he has got a little bit of siege in the mix. If you can take out Purple here, then they are going to be on an even footing, but Purple, Rook Honor with a lot of pikemen, a lot of crossbowmen, turtling it up and just working on his economy at the moment. Look how many farms he has. He may even be deciding to go Imperial very shortly, though it would be a little bit risky. He may be doing it. He's got enough resources. Look at that. I told you he had a lot of farms, but look how many food he actually has. Actually, just clicking up to Imperial right now, Doug is desperately trying to defend their pocket. Tonight, you're not even that far behind in score compared to Weeds for Men, and if Zulfagar can do a good attack on Weeds for Men right now, then they could actually level this out. What Zulfagar needs is a siege workshop. He's coming forwards with 2 villagers. He may decide to do just that. A couple of rams getting in here, a couple of mangonels, and Weeds for Men's economy would be absolutely decimated. So it's not all over for their team. Coming forwards with 2 villagers right now. Zulfagar even could actually bring this back for them. The pocket very badly hurt. He's lost a lot of villagers, but he is going to be able to get back on his feet. He's still got a lot of farms sown, and he will be able to... Where has he gone? What's his name? Tonight. He will be able to try and get back into this. Though he is being attacked consistently, they are losing a lot of knights as well. They're now trying to focus on Duck. Duck, if he can get out enough knights, will be able to defend against this, though it's not looking that promising at the moment. Mahori with so many knights now taking the score lead hugely. There's the siege workshops from Zulfagar, and tonight is exed that, or Zulfagar is exed that. They're asking him to just try and get Weeds for Men down, then at least there'll be less knights inside of tonight's base. Looks like Duck's having a hard time here as well. He's going to have to put up a really good defense, but Mahori is just starting to really take the lead here. Tonight, Duck with a monk here. He could do with a few more ducks, a few more monks even, and get some Wololo going. If he can convert these knights, then he really will turn the tides of this battle, and that will help him out massively. Franks, bear in mind, do have better knights. He has got bloodlines, which does mean he has an extra 20 HP. He's also got the same upgrades, so in theory, Duck should be able to beat Mahori in a straight out knight fight, but the problem is he doesn't have as many numbers, which is really going to make things a little bit awkward. In comes the attack though from Zulfagar. Zulfagar up to the Imperial Age. I didn't even realise that. With our Blessed right now, coming in with Rams as well, he could really get Weeds for Men really off guard. I mean, even if Mahori comes in to attack these Arbalests, he's going to get cut down, as they will absolutely rip his knights to bits as well. Where has Mahori gone? He's on his way up to the Imperial Age. Bear in mind he's playing as Vikings here, which doesn't mean that upgrading to Cavalier is a possibility, but Paladin is certainly out of the question. Zulfagar could change things around rapidly here. Weeds for Men going to have to put up a big defense, but he's not going to be able to do it, I don't think. Too many Arbalests there, and though he has a Mangonel, look at the range. 5, 6, 7, 8 range does mean he can outrange the Mangonel there. He knows something is up. He is a little bit worried. He's like, help me! And help is going to be very short of coming, because Mahori is trying to deal with Duck, but Duck with his monks coming out is probably going to hold Mahori off right here. It's told you it's certainly not over. He might just be able to deal with this Mangonel. He's going to get in there with his archery range, battery rams even. If he upgrades those to capped, then this is going to be very good for Zulfagar on this side. Where is the capped ram upgrade? I am wondering where it is. He can afford it. He needs to get it. That would be really important for him. Weeds for Men throwing up a castle in defense here, but if Zulfagar can get in quickly enough, then it could be all over for him, and that would not be good at all. A castle going up for Duck in defense right here. Being Franks, he can make those throwing axemen pretty decent unit to go for. And a very large army from Rook Honor coming in with Arbalests as well. Duck pretty much 2v1 here tonight. Certainly still not out of the game. He's back up to 88 population, but he is falling behind, unfortunately. There's the castle from Weeds for Men, and Zulfagar coming forwards with more barracks here, and he needs to capture Ram though. There we go, it's being researched now. If he can just get this castle down, then he is going to be in an absolutely brilliant situation. Reinforcements coming in from Mahori right now. That's a lot of knights. They're really going to be trying to defend this. Mahori up to the castle age. I'm going to see if he's actually going to be making upgrading Cavalier. Yes, he is. He's got too many knights not to. He would be mad not to. A 2v1 attack on Duck on this left hand side. Duck gonna struggle massively here, saying G for GG, but Mahori as the score leader, yeah, it's not looking so good, though it certainly isn't over. They can still bring this back, but they're going to have to do something special to do so. Getting right in there, killing off Weeds for Men's economy, and that is what he needs to do. But this side is just going to be lethal now. Rook Honor coming in with the halberdiers. As Japanese, he is going to be shredding these knights to bits, and these knights are really not going to be able to do much about that at all. Duck gonna have to defend this, and if he can get Paladin, then he might just be able to hold on, but even so, he's gonna have a tough time. He's gonna really be relying on Tonight now, and Tonight isn't gonna be able to do so much against the Arbalests with just pikemen either. Really not looking good. They're relying on Zulfagar to make something of this push. If Mahori can do this, then it is GG. He just needs to kill off these Arbalests from Zulfagar. Cavalier is gonna be done in just a second. In fact, in 99, there we go, it's done. And now he can go and engage. Zulfagar gonna have to retreat here, I think. Weeds for Men are losing a bit of economy, but Mahori gonna absolutely cut him down with these Cavaliers, and these Arbalests gonna have very little they can do about it. +2 defense, +2 attack, 120 HP. These guys are pretty darn lethal right now. Gonna be able to deal with the Rams pretty quickly as well, cutting down the Arbalests and attacking on the left hand side as well. Looks like this is gonna be game over for Zulfagar, Duck and Tonight. Waiting for them guys to resign right now. And I don't think there's going to be it's going to be much longer before they do resign. Mahori losing a hell of a lot of Cavalier right there. Those Arbalests putting up a very good fight indeed, with 9 attack and 3 armor, 3 and 4 pierce armor. Sorry, 3 armor and 4 armor. That is a huge amount of armor right there. But Duck really struggling now. Captrams on his castle. Once that castle goes down, it's only a matter of time before they get through and destroy the rest of his base. And Zulfagar continuing to push. Took quite a few losses there, but there's not a lot he can do against this castle, unfortunately. They took down all of his rams, and there is very little he can actually do now. Going to take down this castle from Duck. Duck going to be getting Cavalier very shortly. I imagine that is on the work. He's got +2. Where is Cavalier? It's 64%. I think it's going to be too slow. His castle is going to go down before he's got it up, and then he's going to be up against a hell of a lot of Halberdier. Going to be really hard to tell who's going to win this battle. I've got to say though, it's going to go for Rook Honor and Mahori in this situation. Just too many men, and they are getting cut down. Those Arbalests are going to make short work of the pikemen, and that is, quite frankly, GG right there. There is very little they can do. Pushing out on this side as well. Elite skirmishes, mangonels, absolutely flattening the Arbalest on this side. Duck getting his base cut down, and I've got to say at this stage it is GG, and there is no question about that. Mahori, Rook Honor and Weeds for Men going to take this game. Thought you'd enjoy this one, something a little bit different, being a 3 versus 3 on Arabia with all different civilizations. There they go, they've just resigned right now. Duck, Tonight and Zulfagar resigning, and Rook Honor, Mahori and Weeds for Men taking the victory. So I've got to thank you guys very much for watching. As usual, I've been Zach. Nutella or bacon, let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time.